That sound is the sound of freedom. No more roof racks. No more storage hassles. Just you, the open water, and a kayak that fits in your closet. But not all inflatables are created equal. Some are flimsy pool toys, while others are so rigid and tough, they'll have you questioning if they're really inflatable. So which ones are worth your money, and which could leave you stranded? Today, we're counting down the 5 best inflatable kayaks of 2025. The one we have at number 2, its stability in rough water is absolutely unreal. Let's dive in. Starting at number 1. Advanced Elements Airvolution Recreational. Best overall inflatable kayak. Let it be known that 2025 is the year that the drop-stitch inflatables took over, and the Advanced Elements Airvolution Recreational Kayak, $1,380, takes the cake as just about the best we've paddled so far. With a paddling manner that closely resembles cruising in a hardshell kayak, we think that going with a drop-stitch boat is now the way to go in inflatables. The benefits of going with a full drop-stitch construction are obvious the first time you paddle a kayak like the Airvolution, and we noticed a stability and speed that translated to a much higher confidence than we usually have in an inflatable option. The 2-chamber design is pretty quick to inflate, and it's best if you use an electric pump to get most of the way there and top off with the included high-pressure pump. Because drop-stitch bladders run at a higher pressure, these chambers are both fitted with pressure relief valves, which are handy for keeping you below max pressure and will bleed off air to accommodate expansion in direct sun. Number 2. Wilderness Systems I.A.T.A.K 110. Best Fishing Inflatable Kayak. The Wilderness Systems I.A.T.A.K 110, $1,400, won us over quickly, and it's safe to say that this is the best inflatable fishing kayak we've used to date. This uniquely shaped angler barge has stability to spare, all of the accessory functionality you need to rig up rods and the like, in a seat that stands out among the crowd. Unlike some fishing I.K.s that use a drop-stitch floor and open tube combination, the I.A.T.A.K is entirely drop-stitch, meaning it inflates to a higher pressure and is more rigid across its length. This translates to a more efficient paddle, but more importantly, more stability while fishing from the boat. At 11 foot long, this kayak has a good bit of volume to inflate, and the included electric pump works well to get you 80% of the way there before topping off with a high-pressure hand pump. We appreciated the pressure relief valves built into the boat, as it helps hedge against expansion. Once inflated, and you've got all your fishing accessories in place, the I.A.T.A.K is a dream to paddle and fish from. The I.A.T.A.K style mounts are now near industry standard, and you get 4 of these on the kayak, plus an aluminum rail at the bow of the boat for even more rod holders. We used this kayak to trawl and sight cast for trout in the foothills of the Washington Cascades, and put away a not small number to prove it. Number 3. BOTE Lono Aero. Best pedal drive inflatable kayak. Large and in charge, the BOTE Lono Aero, $1,749, is a fully drop-stitch design party barge, and one of the only inflatable kayaks on the market to support a pedal drive system. When fully kitted out, the apex pedal drive and rudder on this kayak make it a super versatile watercraft. BOTE is all about the drop-stitch construction, which slings thousands of polyester threads between the sides of an air chamber and ensures even pressure distribution across the entire surface. In short, drop-stitch boats are far more rigid than typical air chambers, creating surfaces you can stand on without deflection. The Lono Aero is the perfect application for this tech, and the 12.5-foot-long hull is supremely rigid when fully inflated, floating on top of the water like a SUP. In fact, this vessel may be closer to a stand-up paddleboard than a kayak and can be paddled either way. As such, maneuverability is high, and the Lono can be spun around like a top. Number 4. AIRE Tributary Spud Inflatable Kayak. The best whitewater inflatable kayak. It's pretty impressive what a seasoned paddler can do in a whitewater inflatable kayak, or ducky, as they are lovingly called. The AIRE Tributary Spud, $539, has been around for a minute and earned an almost cult-like following that we got a taste of recently. Our verdict? The hype is real, this rubber duck can bash through some tough water. We sent whitewater paddler Claire Barber down the Class 4 rapids of Oregon's Rogue River to get the full measure on the Spud, and she reported high marks. The Spud is remarkably stable for its diminutive size, she says. The boat is so small that it rides in and out of the troughs of waves almost completely before breaking through the crest, like a rubber duck. At just over 7 foot long, the Spud is far and away the shortest inflatable we've tested and more akin to pack rafts, but it trades maneuverability for weight capacity. The raft doesn't boast any thigh straps, and has such hard edging while eddying out wasn't as sharp, but that short waterline means you can whip it around in techie rapids where must-make moves can be the difference between lacing it and flipping. Number 5. Advanced Elements AdvancedFrame Kayak. Most inflatable kayaks are sorely missing a backbone. Being supported by AIRE, there's not much to be done about the lack of structure, which in most craft leads to less than impressive performance. Not so with this kayak. Suffice it to say, the Advanced Elements AdvancedFrame Kayak, $670, has a spine. This kayak impressed with its sharp, V-shaped hull design, and its ode to the aluminum rib sections in the bow and stern, allowing it to cut through the water better than any other kayak we tested. Instead of floating atop the water, the AdvancedFrame rides more like a real kayak, and while maneuverability still isn't the hottest, straight-line paddling was on par with many hard-sided boats. Aiding that hull design is the material makeup of the hull itself, which is a triple-layer PVC design with a slick exterior that cuts down on drag. A full 7 inflation bladders support the AdvancedFrame, including the internal/external bladders that make up the hull. This design is quite different from many other inflatables, which more often inflate independently. The floor is a standard multi-chamber design, and while not a drop-stitch construction, it still adds a good amount of rigidity to the kayak. A covered deck design is also novel and makes the AdvancedFrame amenable to day touring where you might want to stash some kit away from splashes. The inflatable coming on the deck will even interface with a spray skirt. And there you have it, the ultimate freedom to explore any water, anytime, without needing a truck to do it. One of these rugged, reliable kayaks is your ticket to adventure. So, which waterway are you taking on first? Let me know your dream paddle spot in the comments below. If this guide helped you find your perfect kayak, please hit that like button. It truly helps us bring you more content like this. Ready to make the plunge? All the links to check prices and buy these exact models are neatly organized for you in the video description below. If you have a friend who loves the outdoors but hates the hassle, share this video with them. And for more honest gear reviews and adventure guides, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Now get out there and explore!